Good morning, friends. Welcome back to Adri's Farmhouse Kitchen. I'm just organizing my day for today. It's still early, 7, actually it's 7:30 now. And I'll just let you know what I'm doing today, what we are doing today. So if you're interested, you are welcome. In my kitchen, I'm just writing down, I usually like to give myself about 5 jobs a day, or just like a pinpoint what I need to focus on a particular day. So I put yogurt right on the top. The yogurt what we've made now, it's in a fridge, and we're just gonna jar it up in those little breakfast jars, what I usually do. So I've not thought of the flavor yet, but I'm gonna have a look, because what I've decided on, we're still in the pantry challenge, that we're doing really well cleaning out the fridge. So we're nearly finished, so I'm gonna check through what's in the fridge, what needs using up. And my next step, what I've decided on regarding to the pantry challenge, I'm gonna go through the freezers. I've got 2 fridge freezer, one in my kitchen, one in the conservatory. So we're gonna do to the freezers. I would love to go through the freezers by, let's say, end of February, because we're going away nearly 2 weeks in February, so that gives me 2 weeks nearly in February, and we still got about 10 days left from January. Excuse me, that's the plan. Right, wholemeal bread. I'm switching to wholemeal flour. The reason why, because I was going through with you as part of my pantry challenge and part of my pantry tour to my conservatory pantry cabinet, and I found lots of flour needs to be used up. So one of them are the wholemeal. So I switched to make sourdough starter, the wholemeal as well. So we're gonna do lots of wholemeal. I'm still gonna use up our normal, like high protein bread flour, wholemeal flour, and we're still gonna go through the grinding our own wheat berry as well. So if this is something to interested, I think we're gonna do lots of baking, especially sourdough baking in my kitchen. It's definitely especially sourdough baking, because I've hardly got any yeast left. So as you can see, I wasn't prepared to this whole year-round pantry challenge. By the way, I'm doing the pantry challenge for the rest of the year. But I just wanted to be honest. You know, I didn't want to prep everything. I wanted to be honest. So far we're doing well. It is 20th of January. We've not had to buy anything from the shop regarding grocery or food, but we did have loads of leftover from Christmas. So I'm just putting some wholemeal flour to my sourdough starter, and I'm experimenting. If this goes well, we might bake another bread. Talking about bread, I've actually just put my bread pan with the lid on to my roasting part of my agar behind me, and that's another job. We can actually do this right now. Okay, so this is now done. Just put the lid on and put that by my agar here. Let's go grab the bread, friends. Just noticed something in the sink I wanted to show you. So the way I'm checking the farm fresh eggs, when you live in this lifestyle, self-sufficient life or homestead, or you just got a few backyard chicken and you bring your eggs in, I only put the eggs to the fridge for long-term storage. So if it's kind of fresh eggs, I leave it on a kitchen counter. And can you see the difference? Can you see these 2 eggs in here sunk on the bottom of this measuring jug? That means these eggs are fresh. So I'm gonna use these eggs for today's cooking. Can you see how this one is floating? 2 of them are floating, peeking out from the water. This and this, it's out. This one is the oldest, and this one is it's still on the water, but it's like, if you think the egg is oval, it's like standing. So that's couple of weeks old now as well. So that doesn't mean they are bad, that they floating, but I need to be careful now when I'm gonna crack the egg, make sure I do it in separate bowl and think about how we're gonna use this up. I just thought I'll show it to you. Right, so this bread dough has been in the fridge overnight, and we are ready to put this now to the bread pan. So first thing first, we need to score it. I'm gonna grab my baking sheet and my scorer. I've just touched the side of that dish. I burnt myself again a touch. And I'm just gonna flip this out from this beautiful banneton basket, just like that, hopefully come out. That's why we use rice flour. I just grind the rice up. If I haven't got rice flour, I'll leave this on the agar to dry, like this. And what I was thinking, I've got this beautiful, I try to be a little bit creative. I thought maybe we can make a nice shape. Like a little pattern. Let's be a little bit fancy today, friends. Let's see how this is gonna come out as. Oh, how pretty that is. That is really cool. Right, let's score it now. We don't really want to score it on the top, otherwise it's just gonna mess it up. But let's just do a big, not sure if you can see me, slash, maybe just here on the side. And that can now go to the bread pan. I'm gonna leave that there for 45 minutes. Put the alarm on. Okay, so that's that. Tidy up a touch. I've just took the bread out of the oven after 45 minutes. I left it with the lid on the whole time. It didn't open greatly, but it's wholemeal. It's looking okay, not perfect. Pattern is still nicely visible. I'm going to remove this now on a cooling rack and let this cool down before we cut into it and have a taste test. Okay, I'm making bread, so I'm experimenting with all the different grains, wheat berries and flours what I have left over. So I put 250 grams of wholemeal flour to this mixing bowl, 100 grams of strong bread flour, and I've just milled about 200 grams of that wheat berry what I had. So I'm going to add 400 grams of water and I'll let this rehydrate. Okay, while we're here, let's cut into this bread we've made this morning. And I'm keep feeding my sourdough starter with the wholemeal flour, and as you can see the bubbles are developing and it is now doubling in size. So this is now a very active sourdough starter. Okay, let's cut this in half. It cuts nicely, so I think it's gonna be okay. Yeah, look, so this is our bread from this morning. I love making sourdough bread and I love making anything to do with sourdough. So we still got lots of pasta, but as soon as we use those up, or if I have got time, I like making sourdough pasta as well, sourdough pancakes, sourdough waffles, sourdough naan bread, sourdough flatbread, sourdough pizza. So we're gonna make loads this year, anything to do with sourdough kind of bakery kind of goods. I'm just going through my list now. So yogurt is done, bees fondant is done, I've already done it. It's very windy, so I didn't take you out there, friends. But I've done a few shorts if you're interested. I've got this tower bee. That's my only beehive, what actually it's still in hopefully a good condition. I've lost the rest of my hive this year due to wasps. So I put fondant on, bee candy, and I've noticed dampness. So I put some alpaca fleece on the top and we strapped it back because it's really windy. I've just finished making this yogurt, so I'm just giving it a very good mix. Let's have a taste test. Nice. I've decided to give it a mix. In today's mix, I've used that peanut butter, what we've made from scratch, some ground nuts, toasted pecan nuts, raisins, and I've used it for sweetness, that quince syrup and our yogurt, friends, and that's it. I have got leftover some yogurt for the next batch. Everything goes to the fridge now actually. And I've just took some cottage cheese that I've made from goat's milk quite a few weeks ago, now needs using up, and some more leftover yogurt. So I'm gonna experiment with this. I'm gonna bake it again. I'm gonna probably peel and slice potatoes, and I'm gonna pour this over and bake it. And we're gonna have this with a lamb tonight. But yeah, our bread is nearly cooled down, so that can go to the zippy bag and to the fridge. And I am making wholemeal bread. So let's just check on this dough. Okay, looking good. So let's try this now, friends. The sourdough starter. Mix that together with some salt. I need to go out and get some more salt, fine one, the pink Himalayan from the pantry. And yeah, I think we're doing good, friends. Let's put this away quickly. Let's weigh this sourdough starter. I'll just go and grab the scale. Okay, 125 gram. Let's use this much. Put the dough attachment back. And let's get mixing. I've just made myself a lovely tea, my homemade tea mixture. Pour this in here to cool a bit. Right, I have now peeled, cut, sliced all the potatoes and lined it beautifully in this baking tray. And my next step, I've just mixed together that cottage cheese, the goat's cottage cheese I've made a couple of weeks ago now, with that yogurt. So we're going to pour this over the potato, and we're going to use this up as well, but because this is already cooked, I'll leave this till the end. But I'm just kind of try to pour this all over the potatoes, like kind of just to cover it. So it's a little bit like a dauphinoise potato, but I'm just making this up. So I actually haven't put any seasoning. We're gonna put salt and pepper on it in a minute. And I think that's it. And because it's only lunchtime, I am not going to put this in the oven because this will only need probably about an hour. And this is gonna be yummy when it's piping hot. So that's it, friends, just like this. Perfect. I'm just gonna put this in a fridge until we're ready to put this to the oven. Let me show you the progress in my seed sowing. So I have decided to put this on a windowsill. And I'm just keep turning every time I remember it. But the leek and the shallots are looking nice and tall. Over here we've got the outrageous lettuces, now it's up, the perennial onion and the spring onion. These little baby plants always go toward the light, so I'm keep turning them around like this. Few things not quite germinated yet. We've got something here. Well, actually, the Copacabana baby leaf now ready to come out from the heated propagator, although it's only about 70% is out, but otherwise they're gonna be too leggy. So they're now ready to go on a windowsill themselves. Let's see if we can put two on it. No. I'm gonna put it over there. I've got the spinach in here and a kale. And look how well the pea is looking. That's great. It is dinner time, so we're going to have dinner. Look at how beautiful this looking. Potato dish just came out of the oven and it's looking fantastic. Lamb leftover, just heated it up in an aga, and a little bit of yesterday's meal. So I'm going to dish this up and we're gonna have this for dinner. I have decided to make apple cobbler. I took 2 apple pie filling out of the pantry and I've made apple cobbler and I'm going to serve it with banana ice cream. Okay, we're ready to have the apple cobbler with banana ice cream. It looks delicious and I am ready to put, not quite ready to put, but I'm leaving it here until bedtime. This is the wholemeal bread dough in a Benetton basket. I've also filled up my salt dish. And look, I've been trying, I've ordered from Amazon some egg boxes and I need to come up with some idea. In some places it turned out really well, like on a paper, that's what it should look like, my stamp, Audrey's Farmhouse Kitchen, but I think I need to practice a little bit more. Good morning friends, it is the next day and I'm ready to put the bread to the oven, scored it, and this goes now to this bread pan and to the oven for about 40 minutes. This, I've just took it out of the oven. I've just created a dish. Oh, it looks amazing. So what I have, we had the wild boar sausages from the freezer when we done the pantry tour, and I've used up and made mashed potato from our storage potatoes, and I had to use up some cottage cheese, so I've mixed it together with a bit of salt, and I took the skin off of the sausage and I've made these little meatballs, put it on the top, and I've just put it in my roasting oven in the aga for half an hour, and this looks amazing. Let's have a taste test. Oh, it smells gorgeous. This greens is from my old property. I've planted a tree in here in our new property, but it's still tiny. I have actually, this is actually rising. I've just fed the sourdough starter with wholemeal flour after a long time, for very first time. Until now I was using my high protein bread flour. Also making bread, so I've done twice stretch and fold. I do one more time and I'm putting to bulk fermentation for until bedtime. Look, it looks like peaches. I don't know how to describe it as a compote. It's like, it's got the pear texture and like a peachy or sweet flavor. It's delicious. It's one of my favorite compote. Right, let's try this. Wild boar meatballs with cheesy mash and quince compote. I've just created another dish. I'm not sure if I've told you. I'm going this week to view a couple of piglets that we're possibly gonna buy. This is amazing. This is so good. I better let Alan know it's dinner time. But this week, as it's 21st of January today, we are going to sow all these seeds. But today it's a big day. Today we are going a couple of hours away to have a look to cuny piglets, and I am over the moon. I am so excited to see those piglets, 2 little girls I've chosen. So yeah, let's see what's happened. We cannot bring them home today because they are only still small. But if you knew, I'm glad you're here. We went to see 2 pygmy goats 2 weeks ago. I think it's 2 weeks ago now. And we put deposit down. So by the looks of it, how it all looking regarding to when we can bring the animals home, the new animals. Both, if we go for the piglets today, we're gonna get 2, and then we're gonna bring the 2 pygmy goat kid home. So possibly 4 new animals come in end of February. So if you're not subscribed yet and you're interested about this small holding and self-sufficient life in England, you are welcome on our farm. So that's it. I am not taking my camera with me because obviously I don't know these people and I don't just want to turn up and put the camera in their faces. So I'm going to be respectful. I try to make a couple of shorts, again, or pictures, but I will definitely tell you all about it. Yeah. Well, we're just waiting for this bread, and I'm gonna go out now. Oh, something I didn't tell you. So Tiddles and Missy got spayed 2 days ago. It's the second day today. We kind of locked them into the stable. Everything went well. They are fine. They're recovering really good. The wound's looking good. So we made this hard decision because we've already got, let me just count. I never know because I'm giving away. So I got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cats at the moment, and I'm already thinking about leaving one little girl not spayed. I need to find out how many girls and boys Tiddles have. Missy's only got 2 boys left now, so that's sorted. But yeah, what I try to say that I'm gonna open the stable door today, and because we're out today, I only let only Tiddles and Missy can use the cat flap. So not the doors I'm gonna open, the cat flaps. And tomorrow, when we're in all day, for the very first time, I'm gonna open the door for the rest of the kittens. The kittens not been out yet. So if you're interested, you are welcome. Well, I'll hope you enjoyed spending time with me in this vlog. And I'll hope you all have a wonderful day and see you very soon. Bye, friends.